Hi, everybody. It's me, Julie, your Pampered Chef consultant and your traveling trivet here for another Throwback Thursday. For this week, I'm waiting for my son to arrive. He lives in Laramie, which is about a 7-hour drive. It's really awful. And his birthday's tomorrow. He'll be 30. So I was thinking about kids. And when I married my husband, he was a picky eater. You wouldn't believe it. The things he likes is shorter list than the things he doesn't like. So when I was pregnant with my son, I suddenly didn't like fish at all. I couldn't stomach fish. In fact, I could smell the cat food aisle 2 aisles away at the grocery store, and if I watched the cat food commercial on TV, I would get gag. It was that bad. So when he was born, my son is at least as picky eater as my husband. And he doesn't like fish. Well, I kind of like fish now. I like seafood. Trout and salmon especially I can't eat, but it's all his fault. Then I got to think about raising picky kids. Who has picky kids? A picky family. Anyway, so if you have a picky husband and then he has a picky son, you've lost the battle. So when he got old enough to cook for himself or to start cooking little things for himself, if he didn't like what I had to serve him for dinner, the rule was he had to fix his own dinner. And, I supervised. I made sure he fixed something that, was appropriate. But one of his favorite things to cook himself was macaroni and cheese. And back in the 90s, they used to have these little packs where you just add water or milk. It was really disgusting. And they took like 3 minutes, and he just loved those things. So like if I cooked something for dinner that he just couldn't eat, he'd go fix himself one of those. So in my cookbook for boys and girls, which I kind of wish I had back in those days, they had a recipe for macaroni and cheese. So I thought, well, I'm definitely going to read this. And this is from 1957. And the macaroni and cheese recipe in this book is not how he cooked it, but this sounds a lot healthier than what I let him eat back then. And he grew up fine. He's 30 and on his way. He drives. He has a job. He's responsible. So it didn't kill him with it. Anyway, macaroni and cheese, an old favorite as old as Yankee Doodle. Heat oven to 350. Prepare 8-ounce package macaroni as directed on the package. Combined cooked macaroni, 2 tablespoons butter cut into pieces, 1.25 cups of cubed sharp cheese, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Turn into a greased 1.5 quart large baking dish. Then you blend together 2 eggs beaten and 3 cups of milk. And pour milk and egg mixture over the macaroni. Sprinkle with paprika. He wouldn't do that. We would just leave the paprika off. Bake 40 to 50 minutes. I think the 40 or 50 minutes would kill him, because typically by the time he's fixing himself something to eat, he's getting kind of hungry. But that's it. Make 6 servings. He could have done this. And Betty Crocker's little tip down here from one of the boys. This is from one of the little girls. She says, Betty Crocker told me a slick way to measure the butter. She says there are 8 tablespoons in a 1/4 pound stick. So 1/4 of a stick is 2 tablespoons. And this recipe takes 2 tablespoons. Isn't that awesome? And I just love the graphics in these things. A little backwards, but there you go. Look at those graphics. Anyway, what do you think about this macaroni and cheese recipe? Does it sound good? I think I'll make up a batch. That sounds really good. Does it sound bad? Oh, no, thank you. Just leave it for the kids. It sounds like more of their stuff. Or is it ugly? Oh, my gosh. Send it back to 1957 because we ain't eating it. Let me know what you think. And for this week, for the Pampered Chef item that I actually do wish I had back then, if you're going to have your kid cook in the oven, he needs a proper set of mitts. So these are Pampered Chef's silicone baking mitt set, or hot mitt set. And I got to tell you, these things work. My husband was pulling something off the Traeger one night, and it was so hot our regular mitts wouldn't take it. So I grabbed these out of my kit and handed them to him and told him that I need to put them back in my kit because they need to stay clean for shows. Well, he used them once. He looked at me and he said, get another pair because these are staying in the kitchen. These are awesome. I've taken them camping. I actually have 3 sets now. I have one in the kitchen and one in the camper and one in my kit. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful evening, and I will see you all next week for another Throwback Thursday recipe of the week.